A bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Money Match, where we play our favorite old school arcade games and see how much it costs to defeat them. Before we get to it, let's address the elephant in the room. I was absent since July because my hard drive crashed and I had to save cash to get it restored. The program I use were saved on the cloud, as well as my scripts, but my videos would not, which means a lot of my work got deleted. I know, skill issue. Anyway, I'm back now and we're going to recover the most influential fighting game ever, Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 was released worldwide on March 7th, 1991 as a sequel to the very first game, released in 1987. With the commercial success of Final Fight in the United States, Capcom decided to make fighting games a priority, and did they ever? As after the success of Street Fighter 2, there were 5 arcade updates to the game, numerous console releases, and many other games that tried to copy its success, only to fail. Can we take a moment to look at all these versions of Street Fighter 2? Look at them! There are over a dozen of them at least, and that is discounting the bootlegs and console exclusives. That is ridiculous. We complain about microtransactions now. Capcom literally charged full price for each version of this game that was released. Why, I'm not going to talk about each and every version and what differences they have. That would take the entire video, and that would be very boring. Plus, most people that aren't fighting game players on a competitive level don't care about that. Street Fighter 2 was such an influential game as it accidentally gave birth to combos. As players figured out, you can link attacks with each other. However, we're not going to play the more advanced versions of this game, like Super Turbo. For the sake of the video, we're going to be playing Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, released 1 year after the original World Warrior. Champion Edition adds mirror matches where 2 players can pick the same character and the boss characters, who are Sagat, Claw, Dictator, and Boxer. For those who don't already know, M. Bison, Balrog, and Vega's names were switched around in the West because Boxer is very similar to boxing legend Mike Tyson, as in Japan, Balrog is called Mike Bison. Capcom feared a lawsuit, hence the change, and why a lot of people in the FGC just go with Boxer, Claw, and Dictator for the sake of simplicity. The character we choose to this playthrough is E Honda, and we defeat Dhalsim and Ryu in the first 2 battles to play through. However, in the mirror match, we lose not once, not twice, but 3 times. After those losses, we switch things up. After humiliating 3 losses, we switch our character, and who we choose is Dictator.
Of course!
Now, you're probably wondering, why am I choosing Dictator? In this version of Street Fighter 2, all 4 bosses are absolutely broken. Dictator's Psycho Crusher does a nasty amount of chip damage on block, also is fast and effective against the computer. In arcade games like this, if you are playing solo, you want a character that has cheat moves because the computer breaks its own rules to make sure you lose your money. However, we get through the next several fights with relative ease by spamming Psycho Crusher. The AI has no feelings, don't judge me. Then we get the Claw, and this guy times me out because he's a bastard. I take him out the next time. However, I get the Sagat, and he's making me pay dearly for my spamming sins with fireballs. After surviving that onslaught, I finally get to the Dictator mirror match. I wasted at least a whole $2 on him. However, after much perseverance, we survived. Won, and helped Shadowloo take over the world. All hail Shadowloo, all hail Dictator. Now, let's tally up how much money we spent on this game. Since Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition requires 50 cents to play and a quarter to continue, we spent a grand total of $4.25. Did you know that was minimum wage here in the United States back then? Anyway, any version of Street Fighter 2 is a challenge, as the game will try to cheat you out of your money. It's even worse so in Hyper Fighting and Super Turbo. is it doesn't matter what difficulty you put it on, the AI is absolutely busted. I give Champion Edition an 8 out of 10 if you want to run this solo. As you already know, it's best to play with a friend. I'm glad to be back on the beat again, making content, as I've been making YouTube shorts of my latest streams. Follow me on Twitch as well as all of my other socials. I do plan on streaming on YouTube as well very, very soon. Till then, True signing off saying good fight, good night.